Hi everybody, it's Kathy here from Kathy Loves a Scrap, and I'm coming to you from the land down under with day 3 of series 16, the double page series of Christie's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. And as you can see, it's come together to create this wonderful layout designed by Stephanie Otten, known as Mama Bear 1900, to create this 2-page layout of Coola and Grinder from Grouse Mountain in Canada. So I'm going to walk you through the process and tell you a little bit behind the photos as we work through this. I'm using some dies to create my elements on this page. I'm going to incorporate some vellum into it. I have these photos that I took at Grouse Mountain when I was there recently, and these are Coola and Grinder, 2 of the bears that they have up on the mountain. They are rescued. They are 23 years old and they are brothers. So, well, they're not really brothers, but they act like brothers because they live together in the same compound. And on the day that we went there, they were a little bit active because it was a bit cooler, and we were able to get some amazing photos of them. I've got some strips here that I'm going to incorporate, and I'm going to go with the colours here, the green to match the colours in my photo, the pink is a contrast, the grey and the text just for the belly band across, and the grey for my outlining for the bears. So these are the colours that I've chosen. I did go with the pink as a contrast because it's the complete opposite to the others, and that actually marries nicely with the photos and the colour choices. So first of all, I'm prepping my major part of the layout that Stephanie's included, and that's the 2 sections that are your background, and I have cut those for my layout to be 10.5 by 11, and then I'm cutting down the pink here just to mount my photos to give that contrast, because I've also used it in my title and also with my bear print footprints that I'm going to incorporate into the band across the bottom. So I've chosen to highlight just a few of the photos that I took that day of these bears. There'll be other layouts where they are featured on, but for this one they were perfect for this layout. As soon as I saw the layout, I knew what I wanted to do. So I'm going to trim out some of this grey in the centre here because I was one short with the pink, but that's okay because the grey actually complements it and it highlights the bear quite clearly as distinct to the other photos. Just to add and lift this layout a little bit off that grey background, I'm using Scorched Timber here by Tim Holtz to distress the edges with ink, and that just lifts it up off that background just a little bit and doesn't make it look like it's just stuck there. It sort of blends it and complements it into the page. So I'm just going to layer that down. I use double-sided tape, and I release it generally I release it 1 strip at a time and then line it up. I do apologise that I'm using a single space to design. That's all I have where I create, so I don't have the luxury of spreading out across for a 2-page layout. That's why I tend not to do them very often, but I will be for this series, and you will see full layout of it at the end in the stills where you get to see the whole layout together. I'm using a dotted scallop punch here, which is one of my favourites. It is a Martha Stewart punch, but fortunately I think the blades are getting a little bit blunt and I might need to run it through with some aluminium foil to sharpen it up again and clean it out. This is what happens after a while. They get a bit clogged with paper dust and don't cut as smoothly as they previously have. So I'm just cutting out the punched border there, and then I'm adding those strips that you saw. Now they are slightly shorter than the length of the page because I have previously trimmed them down, but that's okay because I can splice them, as you can see here, and drag them across because the elements that I'm going to incorporate at the bottom plus the photos will cover up where they are not meeting. And that's how you can extend your stash and use things right across your page if they are not the right length. Alright, the next thing I've done is when I cut out the little bear prints on my Cricut, I got the negative space left over, and I actually thought this is going to be great for a stencil. So I'm using it now as a stencil to add some interest to that big sparse of green, and I'm putting little bear prints across the layout. Now I will come back and add more after the photos are in. I just wanted to get the bear ones down before I started building the layout. So here, I think this one here is Coola. I'm pretty sure this is Coola. And here's a big fat bear, and he's nice and tubby, and he's got really, like, his ears were really cute, but his claws were really long and really, really noticeable. So I am doing a page where you'll just feature his claws and him. They were just outstanding to look at, scary, but outstanding. And I'm putting that bear print paw die behind my photo, like the element in the sketch, which is the round circle. I've chosen to use the bear print instead. Now, Grinder here, he is a little bit grumpier looking, but he apparently is the leader of the two, more aggressor. Coola's a bit laid back, Grinder's a bit more dominant. And I will have in the links down below the link to their cameras so that you can see them in the compound, although at the moment I'm not too sure they're that active, being winterish over there. But it is also something good to look at and watch and see them in their habitat. So I pre-cut the title, Coola and Grinder, of course, using my Cricut, and I have used the offset to get that effect with the two colours. Using the dies, I've cut out a lot of leaves. I've also used the Cricut to cut out some. I looked at ash leaves. That's the type of leaf that I wanted to include. And I've also cut out the bears here. So you can see how I'm just layering up that element that Stephanie has inside of her layout. I'm building the foliage there. And I'm really sorry, I forgot to turn the camera back on for the rest of it, but you will see them shortly. I have gone and layered that up on both sides. Now I also added in some more bear prints, as you can see at the top and the bottom here, just to fill in those empty white spaces on the layout. And I incorporated the little pink and black footprints across the banner at the bottom as well. So I have built that foliage over here to the right, as you can see, and that is marrying with the sketch. Now I'm just going to add in the date, which is August in 2024, when I was in Canada and at Grouse Mountain. This day actually was a very foggy, very cloudy day. The scenery was often hidden in the clouds. I actually went zip lining that day, and I went zip lining through the clouds, which was quite amazing. So we were lucky and fortunate enough that I was able to get these photos quite clearly, because there was a break, but you can see there one does have the fog and the clouds in the background of it. So there's the bear prints, there's the actual die cut with the bear prints, my foliage is built in, my title across the bottom. I love how this has come together. I knew that I was going to use that die as my feature for my backing where Stephanie has got the circles. I like how this has come together. As I said, Stephanie Olsen, a Mama Bear 1900. Check out her details down below, as well as the playlist for everybody playing along with this one today. Here is my double layout in full. This is the left-hand side, and this one here is the right-hand side. And you can see how this all tied together to create such an amazing layout. There are lots of people playing along with lots of different takes on this sketch. Just go along and look at the playlist down below, and I'm sure you will find different ideas of how everybody interpreted this wonderful layout created for us by Stephanie today. And once again, thanks to Christy for holding 30 days of sketches. It is a great inspiration. I'm Kathy here from Kathy Loves to Scrap. coming to you from the land down under. Give me a thumbs up if something here appealed to you. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to see my next video. YouTube wants to know that you're interacting. Leave me a comment. That helps me bring my content to the front. I always get back to you. Find me under all my socials under Kathy Loves to Scrap, including Instagram, where all my layouts end up, even those without a video. I really thank you for taking the time to watch today. Happy scrapping. Till next time.